Now, the Democrats are absolutely scrambling. You see, as I'm sure you're all well aware, the Democrats right now are doing their absolute best to defend all of this fraud and corruption within our federal government, arguing that it's unconstitutional for the Trump administration to make all of these budget cuts with the Department of Government Efficiency. And so check this out. This resurfaced footage has absolutely destroyed the Democrats' entire narrative. Take a look.
Budget reform is not an option. It's a necessity.
The American people are entitled to transparency.
We can't sustain a system that bleeds billions of taxpayer dollars on programs that have outlived their usefulness or exist solely because of the power of politicians, lobbyists, or interest groups.
They're entitled to be able to figure out where their dollars are going, and they're entitled to accountability to make sure that we're using the dollars for what we said it was for.
We are going to go through our federal budget, as I promised during the campaign, page by page, line by line, eliminating those programs we don't need and insisting that those that we do need operate in a sensible, cost-effective way.
What should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody.
We hope to be instilling an entire new culture that not only our administration, but every succeeding administration will in fact pursue.
No amount of waste is acceptable, not when it's your money.
Well, folks, there you have it. Now, let's try to break all of that down. What seems to be the case to me is that when the Democrats talk about making budget cuts and reducing government spending, it's just a talking point to help them get elected. And why do I say that? Well, because they never actually do it. But as we're all seeing right now on a daily basis, when Trump campaigned on fixing our federal budget, he actually meant it. With the help of the Department of Government Efficiency, they actually are going line by line through our federal budget and pruning out all of the waste and all of the fraud. And so this entire situation has really highlighted just how hypocritical the Democrats really are. Because hey, as we all just saw with that resurfaced footage from the Obama era, cutting out waste and corruption has been one of their biggest talking points for decades, but guess what? They never actually do it. And now we know why, because they are the ones actually benefiting from it. But okay, now what do you guys say we go ahead and talk about everything the Democrats are doing right now to impede President Trump's audit of the federal government? Because hey, you and I both know they are doing every single thing they can to try to stop him. But first, I want to say, if you guys enjoy the daily news coverage, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really breaks it all down.
The U.S. Treasury's central payment system is known as the Bureau of Fiscal Service, and this is at the heart of Elon Musk and Doge's mission to try to rein in government spending. Why? Because 90% of the U.S. government spending, that's $5 trillion a year, runs through this Treasury system, and this is how most money is dispersed to federal agencies, including Social Security payments, veterans benefits, tax refunds, and federal grant money that's given to states like Medicaid. It also contains Americans' personal financial information, Social Security numbers, bank routing numbers, addresses, tax refunds. And so, according to the Government Accountability Office, estimates up to 10% of the money in this system could be lost every year to fraud. So Musk and Doge want direct access to this payment system to quickly block or redirect federal funds, to conduct independent audits, and ultimately to overhaul this entire system with new technology using AI to detect.
Think your taxes are simple? You could file for free with H&R.
Okay, that seems to make a lot of sense to me because hey, did you guys hear that? 10% of our Treasury's transactions are suspected of being fraudulent. That is a lot of money being wasted because, hey, keep in mind, that 10% value is worth more than the yearly GDP of almost every single other country on the entire planet. So yeah, we've got to do something about this, but you just know the Democrats are trying to shut down this entire process. Take a look.
Now, right now, New York Attorney General Letitia James is leading an effort by those 19 state AGs to get a federal judge to issue a preliminary injunction to continue blocking Elon Musk and Doge from accessing the system. They say the world's richest man should not have unfettered access to Americans' financial information.
You hear that? Letitia James is leading the charge against President Trump. And hey, between you and me, it's actually kind of hard to believe because I have a feeling the only charge that Letitia James has ever led is into an all-you-can-eat buffet. But also, hey, I have to say, maybe I'm crazy, but isn't the richest guy in the world kind of the perfect guy to root out all of the waste and fraud from our federal budget? Because he might be the only guy on the face of the planet that doesn't actually need or want any of that federal money, because guess what? He already has infinite money. But okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a listen to what Letitia James herself has to say about all of this.
What do you have to say to those that say that you are impeding a serious and honest effort to try to get the government to work better and to rein back waste and out of control spending before it's even had a chance to really take off?
Listen, all of us are concerned about waste, fraud in our federal government and in all governments. But you should work with Congress. That's how the system works.
Yeah, except here's the thing. That's actually not how Congress works, because half of the people in Congress are complicit in all of the fraud. Guess what? We call those people Democrats. And so right now, all of these Democrats are having a complete and total ballistic meltdown that Trump is cleaning up the federal budget in the wrong way. He needs to do it in the right way. Okay, well, what is the right way? Well, I'll tell you, it's the way that they know will never work. They're pushing for this because, once again, they are the ones benefiting from all of the fraud. And so, hey, I have to say, guys, thank God that people across America are finally able to see through all of the manipulation, all of their lies, and all of the theatrics of the Democrats. And on top of that, it actually seems like President Trump has a plan to deal with all of these corrupt Democrats. Take a look at this. Posted just earlier today, breaking news, several House Republicans are preparing articles of impeachment against the federal judges blocking some of President Trump's and Elon Musk's key policies. So there you have it. All of these corrupt district judges across the country that are looking to weaponize the justice system against the sitting president of the United States of America, well, they're about to get impeached. And you know what? Good. Like I said earlier, thank God all of this corruption is finally coming to an end. In fact, I have to say, it feels like America has finally woken up to the never-ending hypocrisy of the progressive left and is actually doing something about it now. As we saw with that resurfaced footage from the Obama era, the Democrats are all talk, zero action, and people across America are just sick of it. But you know what? It's actually even worse than the Democrats just taking no action, because as we've highlighted, they've actually been caught with their hand in the cookie jar. Because the reality is, all of this waste and fraud within our federal government didn't manifest for no reason out of thin air. No, it happened intentionally because corrupt progressive politicians were looking to steal money from American taxpayers. And so, hey, I don't know about you guys, but that is why I'm happy that now we have the Department of Government Efficiency. But you know what, folks? I think that's going to be a wrap for this video, so please go down below and drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Please like the video if you liked it. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said earlier, it really does help a ton. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and of course, as always, stay safe.